I mean, it's an incredible work of art, actually. It's got a sort of sculptural binding. It was a gift. It's a token of thanks or appreciation. There's a little plate on it which says, "To the Shakespeare Memorial Library at Birmingham as a token of gratitude for kind hospitality from Friedrich Augustus Leo, Berlin, 1878." So this is a thank you to the library. It's totally unique. It's a work of art. It was made in a Leipzig metal workshop. It features Shakespeare's bust from Holy Trinity, but also this just incredible, beautiful, as I say, binding just isn't good enough. It's a sculpture in its own right. And then what it is, and be very careful here because it is, and there's a letter in it dated 78. It's a sort of German, actually, photo album. Quickly, you're looking at very early examples of photography, portraits of German Shakespeareans, and the backs of which are labelled, and they're all here. The editors, the critics, the Shakespeare actors. It's a roll call of the extraordinary depth. Even some female actors, which is of course pleasing to see, of the extraordinary strength in depth of the and it's getting quite heavy actually, of the German Shakespeare world. I'm flicking through it like a photo album. Very movingly, there are blank leaves, which I think the benefactor who gave this great gift hoped would be filled with portraits of German Shakespeareans in times to come. The origin of this is that Leo visited the library as his plate, this little memorial plate on the front of the gift attests, and Samuel Timmins, in again a sort of nice sort of intercultural exchange, he showed Leo the portraits of German Shakespeareans they had, and Leo felt they didn't have enough, so he put this together and gave it. And it's a sort of German Facebook, I think. It says some very interesting things. One thing it shows is that Germany actually was the powerhouse of Shakespeare scholarship at the time, and we've largely forgotten that. But it was the first National Shakespeare Society was the Deutsche Shakespeare Gesellschaft, and the first critical book about Shakespeare was a German book. So this wasn't a kind of whimsical assertion, and the Germans did even talk about unser Shakespeare, our Shakespeare. So I love this because it testifies, embodies to a really extraordinary cross-cultural interest in Shakespeare. Samuel Timmins said the collection in the library was always intended to be a polyglot collection. It has one of the best collections of German Shakespeareana in the world. There are things in the Birmingham Shakespeare collection that don't exist in Germany. So it's an incredible collection, and I love the fact that this really embodies that. I also find it moving that it's such a lavish thank you, and it shows such a deep and sense of the value of literary fellowship really across national barriers. And 1878 isn't that far away from 1914. So I find it very moving that such friendship, such generosity could exist between Birmingham and Berlin in this case.